Hey, it's Mark Long from Driven to Ride, and normally you'd be enjoying a full podcast episode today, but this week is special. We are not dropping a full episode today because, well, we have to wait till Saturday. And what I can tell you is that waiting till Saturday is going to be plenty worth it because we've got a full in-person hour-and-a-half interview with Ryan, Connor, and Edwin from Fort 9. Yeah, that Fort 9. And it's specifically about their epic, potentially record-breaking trip around the world. Here's a taste.
So you tried to break the world circumnavigation record and make a movie at the same time.
Yep. That record was sitting at like 19 days, 4 hours, and the goal was to get around quicker than that. So you ride Anchorage to Miami, Lisbon to Istanbul, Mumbai to Kolkata, Bangkok to Singapore, and then Perth to Sydney. And you try to get all that done in less than 19 days. So that was that was the challenge. We wanted to have a filmmaker riding on the back of the bike the whole time, so that we could shoot some real in the trenches doc footage while we were doing it, and ultimately make a feature length movie out of that.
There was no way to ride a bike and film what we filmed. No way. First of all, you're adding one more logistical stuff to be dealing with, and second, I don't ride a motorcycle good enough to be joining these guys.
I think Edwin's first motorcycle trip was basically this one.
I basically digitally walked the entire route all the way around the world over the course of like 6 months, and then I kind of brought it to these guys and was like, "This is impossible."
Okay.
And so they're like, "Well, no, like it'll be okay." And I'm like, "Look at this, you know."
I've done that.
So in my mind, I was like, I had some qualms with this because I was like, I could crash. Like, I haven't been riding nearly as long as Ryan, and I've been training, but I was intimidated by the project for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
And I've definitely taken some road trips, and I know how to pay attention to myself and ride safely. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it because there's no way we're gonna make it.
So when we went rounds, we just counted everything, like all the flights, all the sleep. It was a true trip that, you know, started at time 0 and finished at time.
I've been saying for a long time that I didn't really have a good time on this trip.
Seriously.
That it was just torturous and you know, these guys are like, really? It was so fun and we had so much fun. And then I go back and I watch all the B-roll and I'm having an awesome time. I just don't remember. Like, we were so sleep deprived.
What you're watching is, what, 11 hours file?
It's the ultimate version of like you blacked out at an awesome party and found a camera in the couch the next day.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I never want to do that again. I'm so miserable. And then you're like, oh, no.
Man, it was pretty
awesome.
fun.
There's like 30, 40 plus hours more.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to just spend the rest of my life chipping away at it. see what great moments I'm forgetting.
So it was like clinical sleep deprivation. We didn't really know this until we came back. But my sister is a doctor, a clinical psychologist, and I was explaining to her some of the stuff we were noticing. She was like, "Oh yeah, you would have been like near like hospitalization levels of sleep deprivation." The stuff you watch out for. I mean, Connor mentioned the micro sleeps. Like, you're riding down the road, and suddenly you're just 10 seconds further down the road and you don't remember what happened in between.
There was light hitting rocks on this before an overpass, and both of us thought it was a flag.
Yeah.
You remember that? And I was like, whoa, it looked like a giant flag. And you were like, yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
And that was...
We're having the same hallucination.
Then it was nap time after that, yeah.
For me, it was for sure the hardest part because it was super cold. It was like -7.
We thought we were going to be able to sleep.
We thought we were going to be able to sleep, and we couldn't because it was too cold and there was nowhere to sleep. And when it is really cold, the kangaroos all go and like huddle in the middle of the road because the pavement like retains some of the day's heat. So we'd be riding through the night, which everyone told us that like, oh, mate, you can't ride through the night out here, you know, like you're not supposed to do that. And we'd come over like a rise, and there would be like 30 kangaroos in the middle of the road. And they'd see your lights and run in like 30 different directions.
Scatter, yeah.
And so we got a good bit of footage of like those situations. Me and Edwin hit one. He thinks he kicked it with his foot.
It was in my feet. Yeah. I was like, Ryan, we just hit one. It was like, nah. I was like, we did, dude. It was like, yeah.
Science doesn't know what happened to Connor's feet.
Just
It's still an unknown mystery.
For
but
sure.
The way you described it is perfectly, where it's like, it's so bad it wasn't funny.
Not funny.
Because it sounds very funny to be like, oh yeah, it's really feet. It's like, no. You don't understand.
Yeah.
It was like some type of medical emergency level of smelly feet. And it's funny talking about it now because we're all just so useless to solve a simple problem of getting a plastic bag or getting like some like athlete's foot powder. Like we were all just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, oh man, it's awful, you know?
Yeah.
But at that point we weren't very capable of much. Just the fact that we hopped on a bike and pointed it east and just kept going until we came back around. Like, you know that the world is shaped like a ball. Or
I got something to say to flat earthers.
Some people know that it's shaped like a
people.
ball. And you know that in theory it's connected, right? Like in theory you can ride roads that lead to other roads and find your way around the whole thing. But when I think of the trip, I think about that, the fact that you can actually just hop on a thing and go and just keep going until you come all the way around.
You didn't turn around.
It's cool that's possible. You never turn around. Yeah, just keep going east, and you come back around home.
That is kind of
pretty cool.
Messes with your mind a little bit, yeah.
Messes with your mind a bit.
Again, the full episode comes out this Saturday, both as a podcast and a video. So whichever flavor you like, make sure you get it as soon as it gets out. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Heck, all three. Why not? And until then, thanks for checking out Driven to Ride, and we'll see you Saturday.